We're up at 145 pounds. Keegan Einerson of Wisconsin Rapids, Alexander Walla of Bayport. Einerson, a senior, comes in 10-1. Walla, junior, he brings with him a record of 8-2, is 4-1 at the Spartan Duels. Walla, a sectional qualifier a year ago, was first team all-conference in the Fox River Classic at 130. 36-9 for head coach Brad Shevchak. Einerson trying to bury the head in the hole and spin around. Einerson was a state champion as a freshman for Lodi, hard to believe, at 103. And a year ago was fifth at 130. Remember, he missed out as a sophomore. That was a stacked sectional. Keegan and Casey Einerson. Older brother Logan was a state champion for Lodi. Einerson, success in Greco and freestyle as well. Placing at the WWF Freestyle and Greco Championships. Match brought to you by the Wisconsin Dells. 40 seconds. Walla also Greco and freestyle. First at the Northern Plains, was third in state in Greco. Stalemate, 30 seconds. Both Bayport and Wisconsin Rapids looking for their first champion here at the Battle on the Bay. Phenomenal day of wrestling. And when you look at tournaments here in the state with only Wisconsin teams, this one of the best in the state. There's Walla, but here's Einerson. Great scrambler, and the key to that scramble from Einerson is there he was able to elevate, kept his head up, and has his hips up. But unable to score in the final seconds. That was some good wrestling there. It was a good attack from Walla, but Einerson was able to scramble and almost won that scramble and almost put up a two-spot late in the period. Now Walla will start period on bottom. Wisconsin Dells hotspot for tournaments and camps. Wisconsin Dells, the home of the Dave Malachek team camps, USA Wrestling events, and the Dells Duels, and the Wisconsin Wrestling Federation State Freestyle and Greco Championships. Coaches, they appreciate the new facilities designed for today's athletes. Parents and kids love the attractions. Dells has turned those treks into mini vacations thanks to a winning combination of new sports facilities and its famous water parks. Everyone wins in Wisconsin Dells, and jacked up to have them on board here in this 2011-2012 season. Inside of a minute and a half, and we're going to see Casey Einerson a little bit later on. Casey Einerson, I would argue, one of the best, if not the best, rider in the state, top position. And Keegan, also tough. What a weapon. A year ago, think about a guy named Jake Soufflone. Einerson at the state tournament a year ago opened up his run to fifth place with a pin of Trevor Pruitt of West Bend East. Then knocked off Kyle McKenzie of La Crosse Logan 7-4 in the semis. Teched 19-3 by Jesse Thielke. That really puts into perspective how good Thielke is, because Keegan Einerson's a tough kid, extremely talented, but Thielke on his own planet. And then Einerson lost to Mitch Behrens 2-1 before pinning Chris Clapper of Franklin. I know Walla hungry to get to the Kohl Center after missing an opportunity, being knocked out at sectionals a year ago. Big situation here, 19 seconds. Walla trying to get up, but Einerson's got a half in. And a tight waist, just a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. And Einerson, an impressive second period on top. And you'll hear me say it so many times, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's just so true. I mean, it's a game changer. When you got that ability to ride, it changes the complexion of a match. It changes everything. It changes mentality. It changes strategy. And you look at Walla there in that second period, being on bottom for 2 minutes, physically draining. Takes a lot out of you when you got a hammer on top of you. Walla, hips out of position. And Einerson going to be a matter of time before he's able to pop his head. There he pops his head for this match's first 2 points, up 2-0 on the Vans Honda of Green Bay scoreboard. Now Einerson will go back to work on top. Has that half Nelson. Walla doing all he can to fight it off. Does a nice job right there to hand fight. Get that hand off the back of his neck. That's one thing you'll see as Einerson now looking for a tilt at the edge. With those Einersons, they like that deep waist, and they put that half Nelson in and they'll roll back and roll over. And when they get that, you are going nowhere. Think about guys like Jason Ness from Minnesota. Here in Wisconsin, Dallas Herbst had that mastered. And too near fall for Einerson. Difference in this match, clearly. Einerson and his strength in the top position. Einerson was a runner-up here last year at 135 to Joe Madsen of Mugwanago. And Walla finished in 6th place at 130. 23 seconds. And Einerson is going to give Wisconsin Rapids its first champion here in 2011. Just a workmanlike, tactical performance by the Wisconsin Rapids senior. 4-0 final. Einerson over Walla. Match brought to you by the Wisconsin Dells. Keegan Einerson, your Battle on the Bay champion at 145 pounds.